Hello, welcome to Tweet the Leading You podcast, where we chat about realistic leadership theories. On today's episode, we're going to be recapping again leaders with a healthy mindset. On this discussion, it's going to be talking about how we can be healthy in our mindset as leaders. And before we begin, we are going to start with a land acknowledgement, an Afrocentric land acknowledgement. As people of African descent, we offer this land recognition and solidarity with the indigenous peoples of Turtle Island in the efforts and deliberate intention towards decolonization. As people of African descent, we acknowledge the land of Turtle Island that sustains us, express deep gratitude to its indigenous peoples, and pledge to honor our dignity and divinity that ultimately connects us all. It's really good to talk about leaders with a healthy mindset. Sometimes when we think about healthy mindset, what do you think about, Rex?
Well, thank you for having me on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, sorry. Welcome, Rex.
Thank you.
You are literally, you're for the calls on it. I am not just, actually, I'm just going straight into the conversation.
I see that.
But welcome,
love
Rex.
it.
How are you?
Thank
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You good?
But again, let's get to the topic.
Yeah.
But healthy leaders.
Yeah.
It may go without saying, but like being open-minded. Being
That's
open-minded
cliche,
to,
sometimes.
find out like others' opinions, being able to adapt. Remember what we talked about? We had an episode
About adaptability,
but being able to adapt to things, having that charisma, like that personality too, because that goes with being a healthy leader. Because you want to be somebody that's approachable, right? So having that conversation, having that aura about you, that man, like I know he's my manager or she's my manager. You are approachable. Like being approachable and I think that all ties into being a healthy leader, right?
What I grasp from this conversation that you're saying, Rez, is in order to be healthy, you have to adapt, be open, but also be approachable as well.
Of course.
And those are three different values that are very important.
Right.
Knowing how to be approachable.
Right.
And actually, that's actually one of the things we spoke about doing our Leaders with a Healthy Mindset. And I encourage persons, if you haven't gotten the opportunity to listen to those videos that I shared on Facebook Live, I encourage you, go back to I may reshare, but we will recap some of them in our at the ending part of the episode. But I encourage you to actually see the importance of having a healthy approach when knowing how to lead and how to manage.
Right.
And one of the things that I asked the guests who I had on to the series, do you think we need more leading than managing, or do we think we need a bit of both?
I think a bit of both.
Yeah.
Because you can lead, but some people cannot manage.
Hey.
And for goes vice versa, you can
What do you
manage,
say?
but you
What do you
can't
say?
lead. I
What do you
mean,
say?
listen. But I feel as if you need a little bit of both.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
agree.
think? What do you think about that?
I think we need a little bit of both, but like I said, the approach.
Again, for sure.
The approach is very important. That helps with the leading and the management. And I
Right.
always try to say, you're not going to come to me disrespectfully.
Right.
I say, I respect you as a leader. I respect you as a manager.
Right.
But respectfully, I
Exactly.
will correct you.
Exactly.
If you know that we are working together
Right.
for a common goal to build an organization. And that's why I'm valued at my organization, Teamwork Cooperative. I feel
Right.
that I'm valued there because I have an openness to have a conversation
Right.
with my leaders. I don't call them bosses. I call
Right.
them leaders. Like I say, like, you're not bosses.
Yeah.
A boss is someone who wants to control and who wants
Right.
to take the challenge other people, but a leader is they give other people room to grow in room. And so I always transition. I think they love that I say that. I say, like, listen, no, you're not bosses. You're not my boss. You know, I love supervisor. I love the title supervisor. You're supervising to make sure things are healthy ways. So I either go to say this is my leader or this is my supervisor.
Right.
In that way. Do you feel when being healthy in leadership, we should always not think about the titles. The title is important. It brings a unique, important part to the role. but it's what you do with that title.
Right.
And it's how you perform in that title. Do you think the title is important? Because as leaders with a healthy, we're thinking about a healthy mindset, and we're thinking as a healthy mindset. We don't want to think about the title. We want to think about the impact that we can do with that title. What do you think?
Honestly, no.
Yeah.
Yes and no at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you can have like, let's say for example, you can have like a CEO position.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And not communicate at all to no one, right? Or like not even being adaptable or being able to come down to a person level, you know, to employee level. So you can have, I feel as if title doesn't really mean anything, to be honest. Because some person, in my workplace, like for example, like we have like different tellers, we call it. That the head teller may know more than what the manager may know, or vice versa. So I feel as if not knowing, like having a title doesn't mean like everything.
Right.
It does. I mean, probably more pay.
Yeah, more pay, sure.
But like when it comes down to like having a specific title, I feel as if it goes into like what you know exact from like.
I'm the manager. Right? I'm the manager.
Right.
I do this. I'm the Don't. That's not important. Like we just
you can be humble.
Yeah, just be humble and vulnerable to what you and that's a healthy mindset because it shows that you are approachable. Right back again. Your approach as to what you're doing is very important. And I love to have people around me, and I've seen different leaders. You don't even know, you wouldn't know their title unless they bring it up. I say like, hey, I'm Kathy, or I'm John, or I'm Susan. And that's all. They don't introduce who I'm the CEO of this organization. They show a healthy approach of connecting. One of the things that we discussed, Rex, during the series is when thinking about different balancing of different responsibilities or wanting to take on different responsibilities, how to divide yourself or categorize yourself in certain areas. And one of the things we said that sometimes when accepting a project or a task, you have to know if you're going to lead, if you're going to contribute, if you're going to learn, if you're going to serve. And one of the things I said in the previous episode, do you want to observe and stuff like that? What do you feel about that? Do you put yourself in sometimes in those categories when accepting your role in that decision making of how you want to play without saying no?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, I do put myself in those predicaments that, you know, when you want to lead, when you also want to manage, but also you want to be the person in between too. For my role too, I have a person that is under me, and I train them, and you have to be when you can be their coach, when you can be like, hey, you need to do better, right? But also you need to know when to put on that leader position, that leader mindset, that coachable mindset too, and also that friend, like, hey, I can count on you whenever I need you. So again, building that rapport with that person, just to be like, you know what, like I'm here for you. Although like I can be, I could be like dick sometimes, but
sometimes we are like that.
I can be like that.
But then I think that once we are aware of it, it's healthy.
Of course,
if we're aware of our behaviors and we're aware to actually improve on that, because we're not all perfect.
No,
and I'm not saying that we should always have a healthy mind as a leader. We are open to fail. We are, and we spoke about it in our previous episode. We are open to fail. We're open to make different changes. But at the end of the day, once that awareness is important and stuff like that. And you have been in leadership, and you've been leading different areas. And I've seen you in different areas of growth. And I want to honor you on this podcast today, because guess what, guys? This is actually going to be Rex's last episode with us for a few a few, let's just say a little bit more.
A little bit,
We'll try to transition you a little bit sometimes,
Right,
so in a
right.
virtual, if we can get you on virtual at some point. But Rex is journeying on to Toronto, and I'm not
Yes.
going to say what you're going to do. I'll follow him on
Follow
Sexy
me.
Rexy Instagram.
Right, my
and-
business page,
Yeah.
Rexy DMC 242. You can follow me on my business page.
Yeah. So follow him is to see those upcoming adventures.
Right.
But I know that you are going to be doing a lot of healthy mindset and how to lead and all that good stuff. And it's
Right.
being good having you onto these discussions because you amplify and you bring forward the ways of leadership. And yes, sometimes you are going to be challenged
Right, for
in
sure.
leadership, and sometimes that's how we grow into
Right.
being into that healthy way. You have to be challenged in order for you to move forward
Right.
in your way of leadership. And also it starts with the mind,
Right, absolutely.
which is important. And so Rex, your mindset has taken this podcast for the past 10 episodes.
Right.
10 episodes,
10
Rex.
episodes.
10, 10.
Hey,
Woo,
hey.
10 episodes I think we did together.
Yes, we did.
Or more, I think. I think 10.
Yeah,
I'll
probably
say
around
I
10.
I think around 10 episodes
Yeah.
that you did with us. And you brought a lot of conversations. You did some of the motivational snippets with us as
Right.
well, which amplify words. And so maybe we might want you to send us a word of inspiration
course,
sometimes
of course.
to be on the podcast and
course,
stuff like
with the
that.
CN Tower in the
Yeah,
back,
with the CN
for
Tower
sure,
in the
for sure.
background and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But you know, Rex, leaders with a healthy mindset, it's always good to have you, and I always honor leaders who have that healthy mindset, and you are one of those persons.
Thank
and I
you,
want to
man.
give
Thank
you
you.
a hoorah
Thank
for
you so
that,
much,
and
man.
thinking about that. And so we wish you all the best for sure.
Thank you.
As you go through that journey of leadership, and I'll be, of course.
For sure.
I have your number.
Yes, of course.
Speed
You better
dial,
come to Toronto.
And
You
I will
better-
be
you
in
have to-
Toronto at
you
some
better.
point as well, traveling and
sure.
stuff like that. But thank you so much, man. When you are in leadership, know that you have so much to carry with you. And we speak about it's what you do with the role, and it's how you make the impact.
Right.
The impact is important. Think about it. How are you defining your impact? That's a pause moment. and that's really good to pause and reflect on that. And sometimes you don't think about that. And I always try to ask people, hey, what are you grateful for in the moment? And I just randomly say that in a conversation, and that helps with their impact and what you're doing, not only for community, but also how are you making an impact to yourself. And that's how we actually grow to help with healthy mindset.
Absolutely.
Is revolving around
Absolutely.
ourselves and stuff like that. And so I'm gonna close this episode and say to everyone, it always seems impossible until it's done.
Right.
And I think that that's a way of setting the tune for the rest of the time that you're gonna listen to more of us. But have a great day.
Have a great
and
day.
make sure that you're having a healthy mindset
For sure.
with great leaders.
Great leaders. And
Oh.
thank you so much. I just like to say, as before we close,
Yeah.
but like it's been an awesome journey here
Yeah.
with Tweet the Leader and You podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get emotional, but like thank you so much, Tyler. You have so much to bring to the table. This podcast started from the bottom, and
Yeah.
now it's just keep it going. You know, there's so much in store for this podcast, for you in general. So thank you so
the
much
team.
for allowing me to be the co-host.
Yeah.
This definitely won't be the last time.
Oh, no.
But bigger things are happening. I always speak, and again, it goes without saying, like, you have to speak. The tongue is powerful. I always say that. I wanted to be in Toronto. I always wanted to be in Toronto from before we met from when we was in PEI.
Yeah, when we had that conversation.
When we was in PEI, I was like, I want to go to Toronto. I wanted to go to Toronto, and now the opportunity is here. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
And that's what we do in healthy leaders with a healthy mindset. When there's an opportunity, hey,
Yeah.
take the opportunity.
Take the opportunity.
If you can see it, if you can feel it, hey, take it.
Take it.
We'll see you at the next episode. Thank you so much for joining.